Alright, so we've got a whole new area to explore now. Ooh, what's this? The Brotherhood of Sorcerers ceased to exist after the revolt on Thaned Island, when some of the mages were accused of serving Nilfgaard and were arrested or killed. All the important sorcerers were there for a meeting due to transpire on the following day. Neutral mages also perished during the fighting. Among them was Hen Gedemdithe, who remembered the beginnings of human colonization. Soon after, Tissaia de Vries committed suicide. Her death marked the end of the Brotherhood and the advent of a new order. After the revolt on Thaned Island, some of the surviving sorceresses grew in prominence. Philippa Eilhart consolidated her position at Redania's court, while the elf Francesca Findabair, Queen of the Valley Flowers, expanded her involvement to human affairs. Triss Merigold, a younger sorceress representing Foltest's interests, also joined in shaping a new order. In the wake of the rebellion, the mages retained their influence. Many of them remained royal advisors, some even ruling countries from behind the scenes. Philippa Eilhart strengthened her position as Eminence Grease of Redania, whereas the elf Francesca Findabair, Queen of Dol Blatana, took a greater interest in the affairs of humans and became ruler of the Elven lands in general. Triss Merigold, one of the youngest sorceresses and representative of King Foltest, also joined in creating a new order. The Lodge of Sorceresses was founded after the mutiny on Thaned Island as a substitute for the Council of Sorcerers. The founders' aim was to bring the war between Nilfgaard and the Northern Kingdoms to a close while maintaining the mage's influence on the fate of the world. The organization remains active to this day. It is effectively an association of the most powerful female mages from both the northern and southern realms. The Lodge has significant political influence, although its activities are not entirely understood by the public. Wait, I do have a new one. I have Axii, don't I? Yeah. Don't have any new ingredients, formulas, or monsters. Triss lives in a corner building on a small square where a statue plinth stands, bereft of its monument. The statue itself, which bore the likeness of an elven philosopher, was recently melted down to make a new bell for the cloister of the Order of the Flaming Rose. The sorceress has decorated her home very luxuriously, if not extravagantly. There are many expensive devices here, as well as magical components and equipment. Triss found me in the swamp where I lay unconscious after my clash with Azur Javed. She transported me to her house in the trade quarter and took care of me until I came around. Lying there awake, I overheard Triss gossip with her friend on the magical communicator, and now I know the other sorceresses are also interested in Salamandra. Women are another weakness of this wizard, and his list is equal to his appetite for magical power. Azur Javed specializes in the element of fire. Not only does the mage use fire magic, with great expertise, it seems that fire has become part of his being. It turns out that Talar is the chief of Temerian intelligence, and his fence guise is simply one of many assumed personalities. Really? Interesting. Alright, so we're not gonna mark any quests right now. We're gonna run around and explore. I'll take it and sell it, though. After the war, the people of Rivia were unhappy. Poverty was the plight of many, and most believed the kings and magnates had betrayed them during the peace talks by not exacting reparations from Nilfgaard. A scapegoat was needed, and as usual, it was the changelings, non-humans and witches. A mere spark was required to send a furious crowd into the streets. Anyone who seemed different was targeted. Dwarves, elves, and those accused of using spells were all murdered. People also used the situation to settle old scores, loot, and rape. I admit shamefully that few were brave enough to stand in defense of the persecuted. Among those few was the famous Geralt of Rivia, who, in seeking to protect his friends, was struck with a pitchfork and died. There would have been more victims if not for the intervention of Triss Merigold. The sorcerer sent a powerful hailstorm down on the crowd. Only that powerful spell could stop the rioting. What happened to the body of Geralt of Rivia and those who stood by his side, I do not know. A book entitled The Rivian Pogrom claims that Geralt, known as the White Wolf, died during a massacre of non-humans. The pogrom took place in the city of Rivia just after the war with Nilfgaard. Geralt was killed by an angry mob when he tried to defend the oppressed. The sorceress Triss Merigold and the dwarf Zoltan Shive witnessed his death. The Witcher's body was never found. I found it! It's right here. Trade quarter.
You! Stop!
I'm stuck.
Yes.
Your pass.
You're overdoing it with the passes.
Complain to the king.
He's returned?
No, but all new edicts bear his seal.
Farewell.
My hair is ruined.
Damn, it's hot in this thing.
Rain.
Ugh, it's drizzling.
Are you ill? What brings you here? Never mind. Rain.
I'm excited.
Serve me the crown.
Textile
Have you
vendor.
heard the price of fur?
No. Bookseller!
A good book, perhaps.
Aye.
I thought only wholesalers came to market.
Retailers enjoy good business too.
Alright, let me see what you got here. Vampires. I'll take that. 600 orens! Vodianoi. Minerals. Into the barren land. Small book of minerals. And the greater book of minerals. Okay. And everything else I've read, right? Yes, okay. This book discusses minerals used in alchemy, including sulfur, ganatic acid, whinstone, naves and salts, calcium equum, phosphorus, powdered pearl, pyrite, optimum mater, the fifth essence, ducal water, Albar's crystals, lunar shards, and quicksilver solution. This book describes the basic minerals used in alchemy, including sulfur. Oh, fuck. Didn't need to buy this one. This book describes wolf's aloe, bryonia, verbena, honeysuckle, and ganesha. This work mainly discusses fire genies, also known as Ifrits. The bestiary describes the underwater race of Vodianoi, warriors and clerics, as well as the mysterious Dagon. This book provides valuable information on Kikimora's workers, warriors, and queens. It also mentions giant centipedes. This book contains information on lesser vampires like Fletters and Garcanes, as well as higher vampires, including Alps and Bruax. It describes the methods of fighting blood drinkers and dispel myths that have accumulated concerning these monsters. go and clear these. God, I got a lot of these, don't I? Any formulas? Oh, yep. Garcanes are lesser vampires found most frequently at cemeteries or near abandoned buildings where they nest. Fearless and resistant to stun, silver and vampire oil. Daze their victims, drink their blood. Garcanes, the filthiest of vampires, are uglier even than Flutters. Since Flutters are widely despised for their looks, it is easy to imagine how abominable Garcanes must be. As vampires, the creatures drink blood. They are also drawn to fresh meat or even corpses. Garcanes are often mistaken for gargoyles because they lurk on rooftops waiting to dive at their victims. I like them. They're really cool looking. They come ashore to protect their underwater domains or raid human settlements. The sight of a Vodyanoi warrior striding ashore is a sight that a transgression has been committed against the fish people. Either the border of an underwater kingdom has been crossed, or a taboo under one of the many Vodyanoi religions has been violated. The warrior's primary duty is to guard the underwater kingdom, though when necessary they leave their domain to seek justice for some perceived harm. Both tasks are performed with precision and emotionlessly. They do not hesitate to sacrifice their lives in service to the powers of the deep. The Vodyanoi are an ancient sentient race. They worship their own gods, and the priests deal with divine matters. Land-dwellers know little of these underwater creatures and the cults which flourish among them. And what is known inspires fear. Deities of the deep lend their powers to the Vodyanoi priests, enabling them to cast curses and spells. Oh gosh, you're ugly. Kikimoras are an insult to the gods, the filthiest creatures on earth. They are repulsive in their resemblance to spiders, and even the smallest of them, the workers, are dangerous. So says the uneducated, superstitious, and stupid. The truth is far different. Kikimora workers rarely appear near human settlements, and even then only attack when threatened. Is there anything more beautiful than a Kikimora? A symbol of hard work, resourcefulness, and caution? A more abominable beast is indeed hard to find. Not quite a cockroach nor a spider, it makes ladies faint and gentlemen feel disgusted. The Kikimora warrior reeks of the swamp. For this reason, I insist that exhibit number 88 be removed from the University Assembly Hall. And anticipating the question, what should be done with it then? I answer, throw it in the compost heap. Some scientists claim that Kikimoras behave like ants. They are divided into industrious workers and protective warriors. Life in the Kikimora colony is centered around a great, unceasingly procreating female. The landscape around the Queen's Nest looks like a desert, littered with the remains of unfortunate creatures, which unwisely lingered in the area. Not even birdsong can be heard. Oh, that's what I just fought. An Ifrit is a minor genie of fire, or as some say, an elemental. It does not fulfill wishes, build palaces, or make anyone rich, but it serves mages who research the element of fire if they can force the creature to be obedient. Ifrits can only be captured by a mage who ultimately understands the nature of flames and has devoted himself completely into learning their secret. The creatures, with their connection to the element of fire, will judge the summoner and, if they find him worthy, will loyally serve him in all matters. Giant centipedes are said to have been raised in Broccolon and released into the world by vengeful dryads. The creatures are believed to be invincible, and they simply divide into two separate living beasts when cut in half. All this nonsense about giant centipedes only shows how intensely common people fear these venomous beasts, as they fear all things that are not human. Common people believe that flutters are dead heathens turned into vampires and rose from their graves. Being vampires, they attack sleeping people and drink their blood. According to peasants, a man bitten by a flutter becomes a flutter himself. This is nonsense, obviously. Ooh, hot. It's said that at night, Bruxae haunt attractive young men and drink their blood. These vampires move quietly in the dark to suddenly emerge near their victims. Bruxae may take the form of beautiful girls, leading some to mistake them for water nymphs, but their long fangs and unrestrained thirst for blood always betray them. I have to censor that. No other monster inspires so many misses and fallacies as the Alp. People believe that this vampire is able to turn into a black dog or a venomous toad. They mistake Alps for succubi, believing them to be lecherous and inclined to seduce handsome young men. folk tales describe their charm and their beautiful seductive voices, as well as their loathing of virgins. What is true beyond any doubt is that they move noiselessly and attack by surprise, rarely giving their victims much as a chance to scream in terror. That is not dead which can eternal lie, and with strange aeons even death may die. Powers older than humanity slumber in the depths, where no sun rays disturb them. Gods and demons sleep in underwater cities awaiting their time, and it is said that when the hour comes they will awaken and bring annihilation to the world. One of those creatures, Dagon, rests at the bottom of the lake and is worshipped by the Vadianoi and lunatics. Dagon is an embodiment of strength and fury, and when he comes ashore, he becomes destruction incarnate. Forbidden books like the Hymns to Madness and Despair describe ways to summon him, for he can only be called to a place dedicated to him. Alright, that's everything.
Geralt of Rivia, I presume.
Aye.
Who wants to know?
I have a message from mutual friends. Don't meddle in affairs that do not concern you.
Thanks.
I have a message for these mutual friends.
Go on.
They should talk to me themselves.
Fret not. Your paths will cross.
Arms dealer.
Finally, someone who'll appreciate my wares.
What are you peddling?
Previously, I dealt in farm tools, but lately, weaponry is more profitable.
Ooh. Oh, you've got the excellent leather jacket too. Oh, I only have 320. I'll leave it for now. Booze vendor, you and I are going to be very well acquainted.
Noble beverages and other goods.
Any alcohol?
Forbidden by royal edict.
Damn it. Really? Keep my dog tallow. But I'll start accumulating some of my gold back. That's some bullshit.
Would you care to hear?
A witcher, hide your women.
It's really
Fuck you.
Once, I tried to fight the Merchants Guild.
If you're drawn to the secret arts, especially alchemy, you're certain to want my wares.
Do you make
Do
potions?
you do poison?
No, I'm a mere merchant.
Do you have any dog tallow? You do not. Don't want to give him my shit. I really just want dog tallow, that's all I want.
Exotic goods from Zerrikania, fragrant with roots.
You don't look Zerrikanian.
Do royals sell royal strong ale?
I mean, you're not wrong. Right. You have red roses, that's good to know. Can't believe the booze vendor has no booze. That's some bullshit. And these are all the vendors. Oh, sensor location right there. Relief, yeah, there it is.
Wouldn't mind a drink?
Where did it go? I just saw it.
Quite warm. The rain.
It's really raining.
Oh, there it is. Oh, that's Vivaldi and Sons. Oh, I can't actually get there.
Whoop.
Yeah, I didn't realize it'd be... I guess it makes sense. Can't really just let people walk behind the desk at a bank.
What brings you here? Never mind.
Oh wait, I'm back here. Stop going to the world. I don't want to go to the world.
Oh my, it's raining.
A Witcher, hide your women.
Shut the fuck up.
It's raining.
Ooh.
Don't dare say a word. The catalyst worked. An explosion nearly threatened, but once again the Zeracanian masters are shoveling manure.
I had an itch in my nose there,
Take care. No jesting with the catalysts of pyrite.
but I didn't sneeze.
Still here?
What do you do?
I'm developing a philosopher's stone. I'll share with you the gold obtained from the transmutation of lead and throw in free the guarantee of eternal youth.
Seriously?
I'm from the University of Oxenfurt. They hired me to improve the composition of the steel in arms production.
Too brittle?
Too expensive. It's nearly iron and very contaminated.
Do you have alchemical ingredients for sale?
I'm a scholar, not an alchemist. I despise superstition.
Isn't alchemy a science?
Rubbish. Magic and alchemy will disappear from the world. Science alone will remain.
Alchemy is just chemistry.
My friend Kalkstein considers himself an alchemist.
Kalkstein? We laugh at his pseudo-scientific mumbling. Did you peruse his Metamorphoses? Hogwash, written in cloudy language meant to disguise the author's incompetence.
I haven't read Kalkstein's books.
I once endured a Kalkstein seminar. What a nightmare.
I empathize.
Still here?
When we first spoke, you mentioned Zeracanian masters.
I attempted to solve the riddle of steel using a worthless Zeracanian book. I'd gladly swap it for something else.
Like what?
Red meteorite iron ore for my experiments.
Which book?
Zeracanian. Something about explosive substances.
May be useful.
Still here?
Bye.
Next time, don't arrive when I'm mixing explosive substances.
Whatever.
I'll try not to.
Fuck that guy. Good. Oh wait, do I still have all those books? Oh, I do. I didn't sell them back.
What brings you here? Never mind.
The neighborhood has lost charm since they let the rabble.
The Witcher, like the old days.
Always shop with a good.
Yep. Take back everything that I just bought from you because I've already read it, so I don't need it anymore. I mean, I'm getting a decent chunk back. Still nowhere near enough, but...
How could I make coin here?
Blacksmith.
Greetings. My specialities involve more than common blacksmithery.
You're a swordsmith?
Someone who understands. Can I help?
I'd like my sword enhanced.
Before I evaluate the sword, you must fetch me a gemstone.
A gemstone? Why not gold?
I dislike taxes and guild payments. Thus I prefer goods in exchange for my services.
What do you want?
A precious stone suitable for the hilt of a weapon for Count de Wet.
I'll be back.
Just sold my damn sapphire. Who did I sell it to? Who did I sell it to? Textile vendor, I think.
I said 200. Sorry. Behold, the best goods in the civilized world.
Wood trader.
A wink was that? Plow secrecy. All know I sell information. What'll it be?
No.
I'm offended.
Sorry.
Exotic.
I've already lost that gemstone. I don't know where it went. I don't remember who I gave it to. Going down this way.
I should hurry.
There's a sewer entrance. That'll probably take me to the other,
That minstrel was a little...
No reason to be here, white-haired one.
Wow, people suck.
White-haired one, I admit I find you.
What's that?
Alright. And these are blocked.
The work's hard, the pay's a pittance.
I'm not playing that.
Yeah, let's go back to the merchant gate and see if we can't go across. It's weird that sections of the city are just...
Turn them into witches.
Finally.
Well, people are really not happy with the presence of witchers.
The bandits grow bolder.
Serving a crown.
They've rushed us out without thought of our pay. The state of emergency means we're watching types like you.
Alright, then fine. How... oh, the sewers. I bet I have to go through the sewers.
Duty calls.
Oh, there's Town Hall. Let's go in there.
Serving a crown.
Hey, it's not locked.
Please don't hold up the queue.
No one gives a fuck that I'm in here.